Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. This is video number 2 of 2. As always, we'll go through the standard procedure on this channel nowadays during this transfer window, which is for me to remind you that there was video number 1 earlier on in the day. You can check it out right here if you haven't already. Pause this video, head over there, watch that, come back here, or if you want to do it the other way around because you're weird and you're lopsided, like I always say, whatever floats your boat. So, that first video, mainly Mason Mount, and I did say on there that that would be the last time we were going to talk about Mason Mount, unveiled as a Manchester United player. We've got nothing to do with him now, anymore. That's it. He's gone. Game over. Goodbye. Right? So, he's there. We're not going to talk about it. Although I did see some of the reaction. And very, very briefly, I do want to say this as a last thing. Just to confirm, in terms of a reaction from the video that he gave, we're not looking for tears, you know. We're not looking for floods of tears. And we're not looking for that. We just want to know that it's come from the heart. We just want to know that it's come with a little bit of emotion. And everyone's problem with that video was that it was dead. When you look at Ruben Neves leaving Wolves after 6 years, he couldn't help but start crying. Spoke about how much his family was helped by Wolverhampton as a whole, by the fans, by the city. You know, how he'll never forget that. Magda Eriksson, Chelsea women's captain, who was at Chelsea for 6 years, who's just left after this past season gone. She was crying her eyes out after she made it clear that she was going to be leaving Chelsea and said it was the most beautiful 6 years of her life. She'll never forget it. That's what you want? Anyway, we move. You guys were in the comments letting me know of everything that I had to say. And, yeah, it's nice to see that everyone appreciated the fact that I got the whole number 7 on the shirt correct. That was honestly, it was a guess. It was my opinion. It was my analysis, the way that I saw it. And I thought, if they're going to market him properly, they're going to give him the 7. They're going to give him, and that's exactly what they've done. And they're going to market him properly because business is money, money, money. So anyway, that's that. We let it move. Game over. Let's focus on other stories as we now get cracking. Starting off with the latest on Caicedo. We've got tons to cover here, so make sure you're going to stay tuned for the whole video. It's going to be good. Tasty. Here it is about Caicedo from Fabrizio Romano. Chelsea and Brighton are working on Moises Caicedo deal. Negotiations are by direct talks club to club, as revealed last week. Caicedo said yes to Chelsea months ago and deal up to the clubs. Talks on. Quiet in public, but concrete behind the scenes. It still takes time. I have to say, overall, I'm happy. It's nice that it's quiet. That's how Chelsea used to operate in their business. And we have to be fair here, right? These owners, an example is the stake.com sponsorship as well. It looks like they take opinion on board, they take reaction, they take what was wrong before, their mistakes. It does honestly look like that there seems to be effort on their part of correcting situations. And one of them is this, being able to not be so public in your negotiating. Don't throw it out in the open. Don't allow the leaks to get out. Do business quietly. Once it's done, it's done. Get it out there. And that's exactly what it seems to be happening with Caicedo. There's direct club-to-club talks. That's not normally the case. Normally, deals happen via third party. So Chelsea will talk with someone that's there, whether it's an agent or whether it's a lawyer or whether whoever, a third party. That third party will talk to another third party that's affiliated with the other club, and then that's how the business gets done. Now, we're going direct to Brighton. Chelsea and Brighton. And that's how I know, and that's how I reckon, I'm sure, a deal will be done. And the valuation, I'm sure, is not going to be far off. Again, fingers crossed over the next 24, 48 hours, we get this done and dusted. Fingers crossed that is what's going to happen. And that's my opinion. I reckon it will. I'm quite optimistic on this. So let me know what you think down below in relation to Caicedo. There's no one else going for him. It's just Chelsea. The coast is clear. And that's why I'm pretty sure he will end up in Chelsea blue, not Brighton blue. So Fabrizio also gave us an extension on that, saying this. Chelsea are working on offensive players behind the scenes. Now, we know we're talking about Caicedo, but there's talks about Shirky. There's talks about these Brazilians that are all attackers. There's talks about a striker. we are going to entertain all of that, and I'm sure we will get business done there as well. Fabrizio did say we are doing that simultaneously whilst getting the Caicedo done deal, which is a priority. So that's great to hear, because at one point, I have to say, this goes back to my previous point earlier on about Chelsea owners maybe rectifying their mistakes from the past. It seemed like they wanted to do things one by one, and that's what I've said it here before, previous. Do it simultaneously. There's nothing stopping you. For a magnitude like Chelsea, there's nothing stopping you from doing deals simultaneously. Talking about Caicedo, but doing other business as well. We are Chelsea Football Club. We've got directors. Everyone can take their own transfer and get on with it. I'd like to think that's the case. Looks like we're doing that. So, again, no complaints. Now, in relation to the striker situation, it looks like one of the named strikers that we've spoken about recently, there was Vlahovic mentioned, Martinez, Kolo Muani, there's some others that were mentioned here and there, but there's one that apparently has made it clear he wants to work with Mauricio Pochettino. Who is it? I think you guessed it. There's probably only one guy on the names that I mentioned that would say that because, well, he's Argentine. Here it is. Lautaro Martinez would love to work with Mauricio Pochettino at Chelsea. That says it all. That came from Footy Insider. Fairly reliable. I can't help but think, I don't know. When I think of Martinez as a 9, as an individual striker, I just think it doesn't fit. But the Argentinian connection and the fact that we might not be playing with a sole striker up top next season, we might be going with a 2, or if Nkunku's going to play a supporting role. Maybe that's how we get Lautaro Martinez to fit if we play in a 2. I don't know. This is there's a lot of guesswork on this one. With Martinez, no one can say for sure if he would bang or if he would absolutely flop. No one knows. No one knows. We all have our opinions as to what we think will happen, but normally you have an indicator. Normally you reckon you kind of know how it's all going to go. With Martinez, it's very, very, very unpredictable. Very volatile, but very unpredictable. So, hard to tell. Very hard to tell. We'll see what happens. Let me know, would you like to see Martinez be coached by Pochettino, come to Chelsea and play under Pochettino? Or do you have your eye on someone else and do you think he's just not the fit? Let me know down below. Much appreciated. I said I wouldn't mention this, but I saw this and I thought I've got to talk about not about Mason Mount, but about the other guy that's mentioned here, right? So, all right, for one last time, we're going to mention Mount's name. Honestly, I hope that's not going to be a regular thing. Here it is. Chelsea have maintained that Mason Mount's displays on the pitch did not justify him being paid higher wages than, for example, Reece James. There we are. I've said this for how long? And if this is the case, this is from Simon Johnson as well. If this is the case, I agree. Reece James is clear, and I always go back to that analogy. The analogy of people criticize people. There's some people that loved Mount. I say loved because many of them have turned. Loved Mount and were very critical of Mount, right? I've been fairly critical of Mount. No one's critical of Reece James. No one. No one in their right mind can come on and say, Reece James is rubbish, doesn't know what he's doing. Not one. Why? Because it's clear as crystal. It's clear as day that Reece James is a fantastic player. Done. The fact that there's even a debate about Mount shows that it's not certain. It's not sure. That there's a flaw. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. You don't get polarized because you're brilliant. You don't. That's like people coming on saying, nah, Ronaldo doesn't know what he's doing. What? Or, nah, Messi's rubbish. What? It doesn't exist. And I don't want to put Reece James in that bracket. Yeah, let's not get carried away. But it's not a debate. It's not a debate. Reece James is class. So, if we're talking about star boys coming from Cobham, there's one. And his name's Reece James. Simple as that. Simple as that. Now, talking about Chelsea's potential outgoings, we've been speaking about Pulisic for quite some time. And it looks like we're getting somewhere now. Like I said earlier on in video number 1, if you haven't seen it already, go over there, I mentioned this, is that I reckon we're going to come to a very, very swift conclusion for Pulisic very, very imminently, very soon, by tomorrow. I said 24 hours. Well, it looks like we're getting there already, so here it is. Chelsea are close to agreeing a fee with AC Milan for Pulisic. That came for Fabrizio Romano. Yeah. The fact that AC Milan improved their bid to quite a bit, I have to say, but not as much as Lyon, for example. But Pulisic wants AC Milan. I think a deal's going to be done very, very soon. Very, 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 very soon. By tomorrow, I think we'll get a here we go. So we'll see. We'll see if I get that right or wrong. We'll see. Now, another potential outgoing, and it's crazy now because with Italy, right? Italian clubs, you lot function different. Italians have like directors and presidents that come out and talk publicly. It's a very Italian thing, or it might be a Mediterranean thing. I don't know. I've seen it happen in Algeria countless times as well, to be honest. But in Italy, I'd like to think in a European league, it shouldn't be very common. In Italy, it's very common. So we've got the directors talking like it's nothing, like they're the managers. The Inter director, Ausilio, has come out and spoken about Lukaku. Here it is. Inter director Ausilio says Lukaku knows we want him back here. We're trying to find a solution. He's at Chelsea and we are in contact. They told us that he's not available on loan. We are exploring conditions for a permanent move. Let's see later in the window. Alright, well hurry up because it's closing time soon. Quick, tell him the window's shutting tomorrow or something. The window's closing next week. Don't know if you've heard, right? But the window's shutting next week. So you're going to have to let us know what you're doing, mate. We're not waiting until deadline day to get rid of Lukaku. I don't care, right? And the fact that they've told Inter Milan that, sorry, there's no loan. We're doing this permanent. Respect to Chelsea here. I fully agree. We need to get this guy gone. And look, he wants Inter Milan. So look, I'm not even shouting at Lukaku here because me and him want the same thing right now. I want him at Inter Milan. He wants him at Inter Milan. Inter Milan, do something. Get your checkbook out. Give us whatever sum you're capable of paying. Don't be stupid, but any normal, logical sum that you're capable of paying and send it over. You can have Lukaku for 85 years if you want. I couldn't care. We couldn't care. Get the deal done, please. We're all desperate. We're desperate. Lukaku's desperate. Please do this. Do this. So, yeah. A permanent move, I reckon, will happen at some point, but I just want it sooner rather than later. I don't want it to cut really fine and have Lukaku interrupting pre-season. If not, we're going to have to tell him to stay at home and all of that. I mean, let's be logical, yeah? I don't have a grudge. I don't hate him. I just don't want him at Chelsea. Simple. I don't want him at the club, right? But I don't hate the guy. I don't go, oh my, I hate Lukaku. You know, like, no, I've got no reason to. But I don't want him at my club. So, even for his sake, let him get on with pre-season. Let him get on with pre-season where he wants to be. He wants Inter Milan. Get this done, please. Just stop being stupid, Inter, and just get it done. Thank you very much. Okay. Now, this one is a very interesting aspect. Well, I say aspect. Aspi. The aspect of Aspi. Let's get right into it. Here it is from Fabrizio Romano. Cesar Azpilicueta will sign the contract as new Atletico Madrid player tomorrow. He will leave Chelsea on a free transfer, deal 100% in place since last week, as exclusively revealed. You best believe, with Aspi, watch the goodbye we're going to get from Aspi. Just watch. Oh yes, a few of you have complained that I keep banging the table. I'll stop. I'm sorry. But when I have an emotion and I need something to hit, it's there. So I'm not going to smash the mic because that'll be smashing into your ears. So I'll find something else to smash. I'll smash the bottle every time. How's that? You satisfied? Azpilicueta, wait and see the goodbye that's going to happen around Aspi. Bear in mind, he's been at the club since 2012? Yeah, summer of 2012, after we won the Champions League, he signed. 11 years, yeah? Not 18, 11 years. Watch the goodbye that's going to happen for Azpilicueta. It's going to be emotional. Wait and watch what Aspi says, and wait and watch the reaction from the fans, because as far as I'm concerned, he's a club legend. The only player to have won everything at Chelsea Football Club, and the 6th most capped Chelsea player in history, if I'm not mistaken. The 1st most capped foreign Chelsea player in history. But tomorrow's going to be a tough day. Get the tissues out. So that will come tomorrow. We'll see what happens there. This one caught me off guard. I did not expect this. I get it, but I didn't expect it. Here it is. Coming from Transfer News Live, which are quoting AS Roma, not the actual club, AS Roma Press, big Roma page, saying this. Mauricio Pochettino has reportedly included Paulo Dybala on his transfer wish list at Chelsea. His release clause is 12 million euros. So, Dybala from Roma, I say Dybala, not Dybala, I say Dybala, I don't know why I was doing that. Maybe the Y caught my tongue. But Dybala of Roma, 12 million euro release clause. That's peanuts. Understandably, he's injury prone. But for that release clause, it's worth it. You're not losing anything. 12 million euros, that's 10 million quid. Actually, maybe... No, 10 million quid. Yeah, it's 10 million quid. I swear £1 is about €1.20 or something now. Or is it €1.15? Anyway, just over 10 million quid. But let's call it 10 million. 10 million pounds to experiment on an injury-prone Dybala. If he doesn't get injured, you've signed Dybala for 10 million quid. If he gets injured, yeah, you've lost 10 million quid. It's a win-win. It's a win-win. I don't know if Jose is going to be... Uncle Jose, hope you're all good over in Roma. We miss you, but I hope you're all good. We've moved on. But I don't know if he's going to be cool with that because I know he likes Dybala. Doesn't use him as often as I think he would like because of his injuries. But I'd like to think after a pre-season, maybe monitoring his fitness, that he would be used as a regular player. Is he capable of that? I'll be honest. If he came to Chelsea, I think he'd get injured after like 2 games. That's my honest prediction. So I don't know. But again, for that fee, he has his release clause. You can't complain. You can't complain. So let's wait and see what happens. And if that does end up happening, it'd be a good backup to have. I think Dybala. It's Dybala. Great talent. Fantastic talent. It's just can his body cope? Anyway, Luis Enrique. We have news about Luis Enrique. Here it is. Unveiling has happened. Official and confirmed. Luis Enrique signs as new PSG manager on a 2-year contract. And there he is with Nasser Al-Khelaifi of PSG. Luis Enrique is coming in at a time where it's very, very experimental at PSG. And why? Why? Because Messi's left. Neymar, I don't think is going to be the same player like he once was. Getting old. I've heard he's overweight. He's going to have to run all that off. He was injured before. He's going to be very rusty. He's just not going to be the same Neymar. Mbappe is leaving. And I'm going to clarify the situation with you right now because we've got news on Mbappe. The PSG president himself, Nasser Al-Khelaifi, and again, I'm talking about presidents and directors and all them talking. The French do it too. Nasser Al-Khelaifi has come out public and spoken about Mbappe. And boy, has he had a lot to say. And he said the one thing that was clear as day, clear as crystal once again, like I said earlier on. I've said this. PSG are not going to be stupid to let this guy go for free. Mbappe was saying, I'm going to stay till my contract ends. I was about to swear. BS. BS. Yeah? We know that's rubbish. Of course he's going to leave. Of course PSG are going to sell. But Nasser Al-Khelaifi, because of Mbappe's words, has come out public and spoken. So let's hear what he's had to say. PSG President Al-Khelaifi, Mbappe has said that he will not leave for free. If he changed his mind, it is not my fault. We do not want him to leave for free in 2024. Our position is clear. If Kylian wants to stay, we want him to stay. But he needs to sign a new contract. We don't want to lose the best player in the world for free. It's impossible. Can I just take a pause before I show you what else he said? I admire that honesty. I admire the fact that he's come out and he's just been blunt. This is how it is. Best player in the world. Hell no, we're letting this guy go for free. No matter what people think, we're not stupid. People are going to realise he's going to leave this club. If he does, we're getting money. We're getting money. If he's staying, he's signing a new deal. One or the other. I like the fact that he's come out and he's just said it as it is. We need more honesty. Fair play to Al-Khelaifi for coming out and just saying it as it truly is. I admire that. Let's keep reading. Al-Khelaifi, I was really shocked to learn that Mbappe intended to leave for free. Kylian is a fantastic boy, a gentleman, and leaving for free when we're the biggest French club is not at his level. I was shocked and disappointed, he told Le Parisien. He also says we want Mbappe to stay, but he can't leave for free. It's very clear and simple. It was a verbal agreement, and Mbappe also said that publicly in an interview. So it's not debatable, he told, again, Le Parisien. We had an agreement with Mbappe as he confirmed, verbal agreement. agreement. That's the reason why I'm shocked. In football, you never see your best player leaving the club for free. It never happens. I also want to say, take note, Tottenham. This is it. Take note. You're going to let Harry Kane go for free? Of course not. Harry Kane will leave this summer as well. Best believe. Mbappe, he has to decide next week or in 2 weeks. No more than this. If he does not want to sign a new contract, the door is open. No one is bigger than the club. No player, not even me. It's very clear, he told Le Parisien. That is a fantastic statement by El Khalifi, by the way. That is honesty, brute truth, saying it as it is, making it clear, being respectful, being fair, and being honest. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And the way that he ended it with no one's bigger than the club, not even me. Fair play. Fair play. That's what you want to hear. If I was a PSG fan and I heard that, I'd be like, yo, respect. respect. So Mbappe, of course he's going. And of course Real Madrid are going to pay 200 to 250 million for him. Of course PSG are going to get paid. No one's stupid to let someone run down into their last year of contract when they can get money. Like I was saying for Mason Mount. That's the last time I mention his name, I promise. I can't. Until we play Manchester United and I have a reason to say his name. Or I'm going to be talking about other clubs in this coming season as well. So if I talk about Man United, I'm going to mention his name. But yeah, and don't worry. Chelsea is staying as it is. I'm just adding more content. Don't worry. You'll be fine. But no club's going to let go of a prized asset for free. No one. So, again, like I say, unless maybe Tottenham, because Daniel Levy can be a little bit, so we'll see what happens with Harry Kane. But again, I do reckon close to the end of this window, we will see Harry Kane leave. I was going to say Manchester United, Tottenham, and I think Man United will be the team to go in for him. After the Qatari bid probably comes in and that's all done and dusted, I think Man United will be the team to approach Tottenham and pay 100 million for Kane. And if it's 100 million, I think Tottenham will say yes. That's my next big prediction. We'll see if that comes true or not. Now, let's wrap it up with a little bit of humour. Newcastle have done something funny. And I can't, but people are going to get triggered with this. I'm just going to laugh. Get triggered if you want to get triggered. I couldn't care. I find this hilarious. Because it's a loophole. It works. It's there. It's exploited. And it works. Newcastle have done something incredible here. Here it is. Paddy Power said, the Premier League approving Newcastle's new £25 million a year shirt sponsor deal with PIF-owned company Seller, a deal which represents a 257% increase on the club's previous sponsor. I love this meme. Listen, so what's happened here? This company called Seller is a Saudi company that is owned by the PIF. Now, the PIF own Newcastle. So what the PIF did, Newcastle need a new shirt sponsor. They put Seller on the shirt of Newcastle. So the money from Seller will be going to Newcastle. Basically, this is what's happening. Please tell me I've got a fiver or something. I do. I've got a fiver. This is what's happened. You're gonna visualize exactly what's happened here. I am Seller. With one hand, I'm also Newcastle. Thank you. That's what's happened. I've given money to myself. That's it. I've shifted assets from this company to my other company. That's it. So, look, as far as I'm concerned, it's a brilliant idea. Why? Because some people are going to hate on it. Look, PIF, it makes this easier for money to be injected into Newcastle without them having to actually inject fresh money into Newcastle. They can just take money out of one company and stick it into Newcastle. And it's all theirs. I mean, it's genius. It's genius. Without that's a loophole, surely, because I think there's only so much that you can actually inject into a football club. But if you can do it via sponsorship and it's yours, loophole. So fair play Newcastle. Absolutely fair play Newcastle. Absolutely fair play Newcastle. They've done that. They've played a blinder then. Anyone that wants to hate. Simple. Don't hate the player. Hate the game. Yeah? Go and change the rules of the game if you're capable. If not, just start playing. I will see all of you tomorrow. Thank you all very much for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below on everything that I've discussed in this video, including the very beginning. with the whole Caicedo thing, Pulisic, Lautaro Martinez, and beyond all of that. Let me know down below. Mbappe, your thoughts on that too. And I will see all of you tomorrow for a couple of new videos. So make sure you're here tomorrow morning, early afternoon for video number 1, and I will see all of you then. Thank you very much for watching. Do not forget, guys, if you are new, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash like button if you have enjoyed this, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one, people. See you then. Take care, and peace.